venceremos, no nos moverán. Unidos venceremos, no nos moverán como un árbol firme junto al río. No nos moverán. No, no, no nos moverán. No, no, no nos moverán como un árbol firme junto al río. No nos moverán.
In Lafayette, a small town in central Colorado, a unique celebration is held every year during March and April to honor the life of Cesar Chavez and to promote the principles of nonviolence and service to community. Residents of all ages and ethnicities learn about Cesar Chavez during the 6-week celebration surrounding the anniversary of his birthday. This was also a time to affirm within ourselves Cesar's ideals of justice, nonviolence, and opportunity for all. The first Lafayette Cesar Chavez celebration took place in 2003, with the city proclaiming that March 31st would always be Cesar Chavez Day of Service and Learning. The celebration instantly gained the distinction of being the longest-lasting celebration in the state, perhaps in the country.
In the celebration that we had in Lafayette, I was very moved by the community that was involved in celebrating the march that we had here to the library, where people were waving to us as we marched down here, and everybody was saying, "Si se puede," yes we can. It was a very, very hopeful message for all of us. And it just, it was wonderful to see so many people involved in celebrating a man that was so important.
Each year, residents of Boulder County and beyond participate in a number of events designed to educate and offer service learning opportunities. These events include a March for Justice organized primarily by youth, poetry readings, youth activities held at schools and in the public library, reading to end racism, mural painting, music, dance, films, and discussion.
One of the quotes that Cesar Chavez had was that when people come together and they believe in something strongly, things happen. And one of the things that I'm excited about with the Cesar Chavez celebration in Lafayette is it is an opportunity for people in Lafayette and actually in the greater area of Boulder County to get educated about who people have been in this country, who have contributed to our society, and Cesar Chavez is certainly one of those persons.
In addition, residents can attend free workshops to learn about issues such as immigration integration, racism, violence within the LGBTQ communities, and more.
The event that we put on as part of the celebration was called Responding to Sexual Assault in the LGBTQ Communities. And LGBTQ stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer communities. So the reason that it was part of the Cesar Chavez celebration is actually because Cesar Chavez was actually gay rights activist and supporter.
Every year, a local street is temporarily named Cesar Chavez Boulevard.
And authorized the temporary renaming of Crossing Drive to Cesar Chavez Avenue.
And a park was permanently named in honor of a local Latina educator.
You know, people ask, why do you support him? And why do you support the celebration? You know, the reason I support it is because I'm into this peaceful activism. I'm what you call an inclusionist. You know, we should draw attention to our great leaders, and that's what I believe. That's why we should support Cesar Chavez and the other events that we do to people who do believe in inclusion.
Every year, hundreds of volunteers show up to participate for a full day of service to the community.
The role model that Cesar Chavez presents for us is one of being dignified and of just standing up for your rights and getting us to recognize that we can do something, we can make a difference. And it's amazing to have a whole month of activities.
Contrary to how community events are normally organized, The 19 events held during the annual celebrations are not organized by only one group. The celebration is organized in such a way that many different groups put on their own individual events during the 6-week celebration. This unique organizational structure allows for maximum involvement, creativity, and autonomy. Funding for the celebration comes from many different local sources, including the city, county, businesses, nonprofits, community groups, and individuals. An organizing council representing the various groups develops a master calendar and offers suggestions and encouragement to each other. All funds are spent first on common expenses such as publicity and documentation, with the remaining funds distributed equitably amongst the organizing groups. All funds are distributed on a matching fund basis to encourage greater financial support from the community. All events are wheelchair accessible and all are in direct alignment with the city's commitment to inclusiveness.
I support the Cesar Chavez celebration because I was a former farm worker myself. I lived it. I lived the experience of being in the fields where there was no bathrooms for running water. Creating the Cesar Chavez event as an annual event means a lot to me because it keeps that spirit alive, and it also helps people remember that somebody has to pick the vegetables and the fruit that they eat.
I think it was really wonderful to see local students coming together and just see how the students were excited and full of energy around raising awareness about Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez said, "Once social change begins, it cannot be reversed. You cannot uneducate the person who has learned to read. You cannot humiliate the person who feels pride. You cannot oppress the people that are not afraid anymore." The Cesar Chavez celebrations will continue to be held in Lafayette, Colorado, where there are people committed to Chavez's ideals of nonviolence, sacrifice, compassion, and service to the community.